Listen up, you spineless star suckers, Yusuf bellowed, his voice echoing through the ornate hall, causing a stir among the assembled alien diplomats. We're done playing nice. Earth might be the new kid on this cosmic block, but we're not your damn doormat. He slammed a fist down on the holographic projector at the center of the room, instantly drawing up images of smoldering alien warships, recent victories that no one had seen coming. We've watched. We've waited. And oh, we've learned, he continued, pacing like a caged predator. Every sneaky move, every backstab assault you chucked our way, we've got it all noted. Now, it's our turn to play, and trust me, it won't be pretty for you. Admiral Yusuf Al-Bahr stormed into the Galactic Council chamber, his boots thudding ominously on the polished metal floor, each step resonating like a drumbeat of impending war. The vast room, usually a cacophony of diplomatic chatter, fell into a tense silence. Alien delegates from 100 worlds stared in disbelief as this human, a wild card by galactic standards, approached the central podium with unyielding resolve. Listen up, you spineless star suckers. Yusuf's voice boomed, unfiltered and fierce, cutting through the quiet like a plasma blade. We're done playing nice. Earth might be the new kid on this cosmic block, but we're not your damn doormat. The holographic projector at the center of the room sprang to life, commanded by Yusuf's rugged, scarred hand, slamming down on the activation panel. Images flickered across the room, alien warships engulfed in flames, their debris scattering across the void of space, recent covert victories unknown to the Council until this moment. Every sneaky move, every backstab you've thrown our way, we've cataloged and countered, Yusuf continued, pacing before the assembly like a predator stalking its prey. His eyes, hardened by battles past, met various gazes across the room, challenging the powerful and the proud. Now it's our turn to play, and trust me, it won't be pretty for you. The room erupted in murmurs and whispers, a mixture of outrage and fear rippling through the assembled species. Some recoiled at the threat, others whispered in hushed tones, contemplating the implications of his words. Without waiting for a response, Yusuf turned on his heel and exited as dramatically as he had entered, leaving a wake of tension and uncertainty. Back aboard the human flagship, Vindicator, the mood was starkly different. The crew, having watched their admiral's performance through a live feed, buzzed with a mixture of pride and adrenaline. Yusuf strode onto the bridge, his presence commanding immediate attention. Prepare all systems for combat. I want every ship at battle readiness within the hour, he ordered. His voice was calm, yet carried an ironclad determination that spurred his crew into swift action. Commander Ava Chen, Yusuf's capable second-in-command, approached with the latest intelligence reports. Sir, we've detected movements in the Karn Dominion sectors. It seems they're mobilizing. Good, Yusuf responded tersely, his mind already racing through scenarios. They took the bait. Let's roll out Project Valkyrie. It's time they learn what happens when you corner humanity. Ava nodded, her face set in a mask of resolve as she turned to relay the orders. Within minutes, the Vindicator and its sister ships, hidden like specters among the stars, sprang to life. The engines hummed with pent-up energy, ready to unleash hell across strategic points previously scouted and now targeted for their military significance. The first target was the Cairn Dominion's military hub on Zaltrax IV. From the shadow of a nearby moon, a sleeper ship part of the secretive project, Valkyrie powered up its nuclear pulse cannons. With a precise, silent countdown, the ship unleashed its payload. The destructive force careened through space, striking the hub with such fury that it disabled the enemy's communications array, leaving their defenses in disarray. Back on the Vindicator, Yusuf watched the operation unfold, his expression unreadable. Each report of success from his fleet was met with a nod, each confirmation of an enemy's downfall marked by a grim set of his jaw. The stealthy sleeper ships of Project Valkyrie were Earth's hidden ace, dispersed through the galaxy, lying in wait like coiled serpents. As Admiral Yusuf Al-Bahr watched the real-time data feeds on the Vindicator's bridge, the silence was palpable, broken only by the occasional murmur of a status update. Each ship, a silent sentinel, was now a harbinger of retribution. Commander Chen, initiate Phase 2. Target Zoltrax IV's defenses, Yusuf ordered, his voice cutting through the tension like a laser through the dark void of space. Yes, Admiral, Ava replied, her fingers dancing over the holographic controls. The tactical display lit up, showing the sleeper ship in position, its nuclear pulse cannons charging in the shadow of Zoltrax IV's moon. In the eerie calm of space, the weapon systems engaged silently, unleashing a devastating salvo. Light years away, the pulse cannon's energy signatures flared brilliantly before striking the Karn Dominion's military hub. The installation's shields flared and flickered under the sudden onslaught, then failed entirely as the cannons overwhelmed them. On the bridge of the Vindicator, the crew held their breath, watching as the feed confirmed the hub's communications array disintegrate into a cloud of debris. Direct hit, Admiral. Zoltrax IV's defenses are compromised, Ava reported, a slight smile breaking through her usually stoic demeanor. Excellent. Roll out the next targets. Let's keep the momentum, Yusuf responded, his eyes never leaving the tactical display. There was a predatory gleam in his gaze, the thrill of the hunt evident in his posture. The sleeper ships moved to their next objectives, targeting supply lines and secondary military stations. Each strike was precise, designed not to annihilate but to cripple, to sow confusion and chaos within the enemy ranks. Meanwhile, on the Vindicator, Yusuf convened a quick briefing with his top commanders. The holographic table displayed the galaxy, with lines and icons depicting the movements of both human and Karn forces. We've got them reeling, but this is just the jab. The knockout punch is still to come. Prepare for Operation Hammerfall. We're going to take the fight to their doorstep, Yusuf declared, outlining the next phase of their strategy. Sir, the Nebula Frontier Outpost. It's lightly defended, but critical to their supply chain. If we take that, Commander Mira Santos suggested, pointing to a node on the map that blinked softly. Exactly, Yusuf nodded, approving the plan. Assemble a strike team. I want boots on the ground within the hour. We'll use their own hubris against them. Back in space, the sleeper ship near the Nebula Frontier powered up its engines, slipping from the cover of an asteroid field. Its approach was undetected, the silent void a perfect accomplice to its mission. The team aboard was a mix of seasoned veterans and young soldiers. As the outpost loomed ahead, a vast structure orbiting a desolate moon, the strike team readied themselves. Ladies and gents, it's showtime, Captain Lee, the team leader, announced over the comms. Remember, in and out. We're not here to hold ground. Hit their supplies and data centers. Sabotage and extract. The ship docked discreetly, and the soldiers moved with practiced precision. They breached the outpost's minimal defenses, planting charges and gathering intelligence. The operation was textbook, each member covering the others flawlessly. As they returned to the sleeper ship with their mission accomplished, Captain Lee couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. Admiral's going to want to see this, he muttered, looking at the data pads filled with intercepted communications and battle plans. Let's get out of here before they even realize what hit them, he ordered, and the ship detached, disappearing once again into the cosmic shadows. With the intelligence gleaned from the Nebula Frontier outpost, Admiral Yusuf Al-Bahr's next moves were calculated with surgical precision. On board the Vindicator, a sense of measured urgency filled the air as Yusuf and his team planned their boldest operation yet, the Siege of Vixel, the Karn Dominion's primary energy reserve. Yusuf stood before his tactical team, the star map illuminating his determined face. Vixel is the jugular. We sever this, and the Dominion bleeds out, scrambling for power in more ways than one, he declared, his voice steady, resonant. Admiral, our sleeper cells report the defenses are as thick as we feared, but there's a vulnerability window during their shield rotation, Commander Ava Chen pointed out, tapping on the display where Vixal's orbit was marked with a red halo. Then we strike fast and hard during that window. Prepare the fleet. This is a full frontal assault. No holding back, Yusuf ordered, his gaze locking with each of his commanders, ensuring his resolve was mirrored in theirs. The preparation was meticulous. Stealth bombers and fighter squadrons were deployed in strategic formations, all converging towards Vixel. The fleet used a nearby nebula for cover, masking their approach as they neared the target. In the silence of the command center, Yusuf watched the progress of his forces. The holographic displays showed their steady advance, a silent dance of lights marking their path through the stars. Entering attack formation, Captain Lee's voice crackled over the comms, his tone calm yet edged with anticipation. "On my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark," Yusuf commanded. The fleet surged forward as the window of vulnerability opened, their weapons systems lighting up the void. The initial salvo was devastating. Bright arcs of plasma fire rained down on Vixol's energy reserves, their protective shields flickering under the onslaught. Secondary explosions blossomed as munitions stores were ignited, casting a harsh light against the cold backdrop of space. "Shield generators are down. Target the main reactors," Yusuf called out, his words a hammer driving his crew forward. On the surface of Vixol, chaos reigned. The Dominion's forces scrambled to man their anti-air defenses, returning fire into the swirling maelstrom of human ships. But the precision of the human attack left little room for effective retaliation. "Admiral, the main reactor is compromised. We have a critical meltdown imminent," reported Ava, her eyes wide as the sensors relayed the escalating damage. "Pull the fleet back to safe distance. All units, disengage and move to extraction points." Yusuf's command was swift, ensuring minimal human casualties. As the human fleet withdrew, the energy reserves on Vixel went critical. A brilliant, searing light filled the screens, signaling the total destruction of the Karn Dominion's primary energy source. In the aftermath, the Vindicator's crew gathered in the debriefing room, their faces reflecting the gravity of their actions. They had struck a decisive blow, but the war was far from over. "Today, we showed them what happens when you corner humanity. We strike back, and we strike hard," Yusuf addressed his team, his voice imbued with a fierce pride. "But remember, the Dominion will be desperate now, more dangerous than ever. Stay vigilant. Admiral, we've intercepted distress signals from Dominion outposts. They're calling for reinforcements," Ava updated, her tone suggesting the next phase of their strategy. Chapter 4, Defense of Earth. As the victorious echoes from the siege of Vixol still reverberated across human-controlled space, Admiral Yusuf Al-Bahr faced a new, urgent crisis. The Karn Dominion, in a desperate bid for retaliation, had launched a direct assault on Earth. Yusuf's next actions would define the future of humanity. "Commander Chen, redirect our fleet." "We're heading home," Yusuf ordered, his voice sharp with command, the weight of impending battle evident in his tone. "Yes, Admiral. Coordinates for Earth set." "We're on the fastest course," Ava confirmed, her fingers flying across the control panel, plotting the trajectory back to their besieged home. As the fleet made its rapid retreat to Earth, Yusuf prepared his crew for the grim possibilities ahead. "This is not a drill. The Dominion thinks they can scare us into submission by striking at our heart. We will show them how gravely they are mistaken." The crew's response was a resolute nod, their faces set with the determination that had become the hallmark of Earth's defenders. Upon entering Earth's orbit, the scene was chaotic. Dominion ships had penetrated the first line of orbital defenses, and the skies above Earth were alight with the blaze of aerial combat. Yusuf's jaw clenched as he witnessed the devastation being wrought upon his planet. "Deploy all squadrons. Target those battleships. We need to push them back," Yusuf commanded, pointing to the holographic display where enemy ships loomed large. Captain Lee, leading the defense from the Vindicator's sister ship, the Indomitable, responded immediately. "Roger that, Admiral. We're engaging the enemy now." The space around Earth turned into a battleground, with human and Dominion ships clashing violently. The humans, though outnumbered, fought with a ferocity fueled by the need to protect their home. In the midst of chaos, Yusuf remained a pillar of calm, directing ships and resources with a tactician's precision. His voice boomed through the comms, Focus fire on their command ship. Cut the head off the snake! With precise maneuvers, human fighters breached the defenses of the Dominion's flagship, crippling its command center. The enemy fleet, now headless, wavered in their assault, their formations breaking. Push them out of orbit. Every ship, advance! Yusuf's command was a rallying cry that spurred his fleet to drive the attackers back, step by fierce step. The tide of battle shifted. The Dominion ships, sensing defeat, began a hasty retreat. Earth's forces, spurred by their imminent victory, pursued the fleeing enemy, ensuring they left Earth's orbit. As the last of the enemy ships warped away, a cheer erupted across every ship in the human fleet. But for Yusuf, the victory was bittersweet. The view from the bridge window showed Earth, scarred by the battle, yet still unmistakably beautiful and resilient. "We did it, Admiral. Earth is safe," Ava said, relief evident in her voice. Yusuf nodded, his gaze lingering on the planet below. "For now. But we must stay vigilant. The galaxy has seen our strength, and they will think twice before coming at us again." Later, in the debriefing room, Yusuf addressed his tired yet triumphant crew. "You all fought valiantly today. Earth stands because of your courage and resolve. But let this victory serve as a reminder we must never let our guard down. We prepare for peace, yes, but remain ready for war." As the crew dispersed, Yusuf remained behind, his eyes still fixed on Earth through the viewport. The planet had endured much, but so had he and his crew. In the silence of the aftermath, his resolve hardened. "We are prepared," he whispered to the stars.